Dragon's Dogma 2 and Rise of the Ronin, two brand new action RPGs releasing on the exact same day, and somehow they both came with controversy around them. So let's start with Rise of the Ronin, which is definitely less so controversial than Dragon's Dogma. Rise of the Ronin was called a PS3 game when screenshots and gameplay was being released. It's actually pretty crazy the amount of people that would comment on the graphics because people can't make up their minds. They say they don't care about graphics. Graphics do not make a video game, it's gameplay. But then right here, the amount of complaints that were just centered towards graphics, like, look who is behind Rise of the Ronin. It is Team Ninja. In general, Team Ninja do not excel in many areas besides combat, but they do so heavily in their combat and bosses. So they wanted to give an open world a try. And I've been playing through it, and it is very, very fun. One thing Team Ninja does amazingly is they get the basics down correctly. Your movement, jumping, just running around the world of Rise of Ronin is fun because it's quick, snappy, and every combat encounter you get into is always going to challenge you and be fun. Now, of course, the game does have some issues. This is not a full review. I'll have a review out for both of these once I finish these games, but I do see what people mean by the graphics. It doesn't look like a PS5 exclusive. It doesn't even look as good as the PS4 version of Ghost of Tsushima. But that's really, again, not where Team Ninja excel, but their art direction in this game is beautiful. I stop many times to look at the views. I've taken many screenshots, and I just love looking around when I'm riding on my horse. So they definitely have some great visuals in this game. Justice is not going to be shown through screenshots. People need to try things for themselves. Another thing is the 75% Metacritic score. All I could say is there's plenty of masterpieces, in my opinion, that are a 75 on Metacritic. I would form your own opinions if you want to wait for the game to lower in price. That is perfectly awesome. But I would say give the game a shot before you base anything off of screenshots or videos, especially if people are having fun. And I'm letting you know I'm having a blast with Rise of the Ronin. The next controversy is a little more deep and is going to have a lot of varying opinions, so I'm going to give you guys mine. For Dragon's Dogma 2, they waited until after all the reviews and release to drop their microtransactions. That is slimy. I don't like that. They should have let us know from the get-go what is going to be coming. Now, does the game need these microtransactions, and is it missing content? No, Dragon's Dogma 2 is actually looking to be a fantastic game filled to the brim with content. And all of these microtransactions, like the items for them, you can get in-game at any time. They might require a little work, but Dragon's Dogma 1 also did this. If you play Dragon's Dogma 1, all of these items, you have to do a little bit of work for to get them. That's just how this game is. And it's really unfortunate that Capcom did this because they just had a fantastic single-player game with mechanics that are going against the grain here with a lot of open world RPGs, right? They're not holding your hand. They're not giving you a bunch of quest markers. You are free to kind of roam and do as you please. So it's a fantastic game coming out in this generation, and they threw shit microtransactions all over the place. Like, even if it's not that bad, right? It looks disgusting. Look at the Steam page. It does not look pretty. So it's really unfortunate. The bigger problem, in my opinion, that should warrant of these negative Steam reviews is the performance. It's unacceptable that people with 4090 cards are not running this above 30 FPS. So that's unacceptable. That needs fixing. It's also strange you cannot restart the game and like delete your save file, but Capcom have come out and said they're going to edit this and hopefully patch this in soon. But yeah, I think the microtransactions are overblown. If you play JRPGs or like Tales games or anything, all of these games have these microtransactions where you could spend money and grow 20 levels or spend money and get here quicker. It's all for people who don't have time or who kind of just want to use cheat codes, except in this day and age, we have to pay for the cheat codes, which is ass. But if you do ignore it, you do have a fantastic game at your hands. So it's honestly, in my opinion, an unfortunate situation because misinformation is being flown all over the place. Like, you can't teleport at all in the game and you have to pay money for it. You can't edit your character unless you pay money. All this stuff that just is not true, when more of the focus should actually be on, hey, don't make any of these microtransactions in general. Maybe put in a few skins or things people actually want to buy. And please stop releasing PC ports that are absolutely broken on day one. But yeah, I can't help but be a little frustrated because I feel like the negativity around Dragon's Dogma is really suffocating over the positivity. And I know they did some slimy stuff, but the idea of Dragon's Dogma 2 in general, I think is really amazing and should be praised, just kind of the way the game runs. With so many games these days holding our hands way too much and just not letting the player experiment or having trust in the player to find quests or other things on their own like this. So I really hope these things kind of die out and Capcom address some of these issues. I think they will, because I know that they have a good game on their hands and they don't want to ruin it. But yeah, I've been having an absolute blast with Rise of the Ronin. I haven't played as much Dragon's Dogma 2, but again, guys, I'll have full reviews of both on my channel very soon. But yeah, if you just want to enjoy these games, ignore the noise, bro. Enjoy your game time. I do not think either of these games have significant issues to warrant not buying them, and that's in my opinion. The Dragon's Dogma one, if you feel the microtransaction situation is too scummy and you shouldn't pay for the game, I think that's totally valid. For me personally, nothing in my face here is too outlandish. Like, I've seen this happen before, and it's not even some of the craziest stuff, and the game itself has things in it I really like. So yeah, I really enjoy both these games. I hope you guys are enjoying them as well. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of everything going on. I'm really curious to hear your thoughts. And again, I'll be back very soon with more videos on these two action RPGs. All right, peace, y'all.